Hey guys, Camper 15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I am back with another episode review of Blue Box. As we continue on with the show, and man, obviously we get an interesting conclusion. Definitely know where it's going, but this episode was good from the standpoint. We get another great Taiki and Chinatsu moment, and what I think Chinatsu finally mustered up the courage to tell him that she likes him, but he just didn't hear her. And it's clear she's not gonna say it again because she's too, I guess you can say, um, her- she's not confident in herself to say it again. But regardless, it was nice to see this episode. We basically get the school festival here, so we have a nice little school festival mini arc, I'm guessing, and everything. And yeah, so we basically start off the day where they're doing the final preparations for their Snow White play. Hina is wearing this nice, obviously wearing the Snow White costume, and Taiki basically comes in and is just like, hey, or one, we find out like their play's being moved up like an hour up. So then when he goes back, he sees Hina and he's kind of stunned. Like he's just like, oh, and Hina's friend is like, so, Inamata, what do you think of Hina over here? How do you think she looks? And Taiki's like, she looks good. No. And this girl Hina, she walks over to the side, right? And her friend's like, hey, he just complimented you. You're not gonna like say nothing back or something? And you her friend looks at Hina's face and she could tell like, oh no, Hina is like that hit her. And she was, her face was entirely red. So again, it's absolutely hilarious and funny that Hina's friend knows how much she likes Taiki and how much this means to her. So yeah, that's the thing. But anyways, it's the day of the school festival. So what then happens is Taiki ends up going out for a run. His mom is like, where are you going? Don't you have your school festival? And he's like, I'm just gonna go out for a run because the gym's closed today. And he runs, and then he ends up seeing Chinatsu shooting some hoops. And basically, Chinatsu comes in and says, like, hey, I'm just shooting hoops here because the gym's closed and everything, right? So, and it's funny because Taiki tells, Chinatsu, like, what's the point? You're gonna get all sweaty and everything. When, funny enough, before he left, his mom said the exact same thing, which is hilarious that he's saying it and everything. But the thing is, Chinatsu again talks about how, about his match and how cool he looked, and how it really inspired her to keep going on and keep trying, and you know, it's obviously had an impact. Her alarm goes off, and that's basically her letting her know she's got to head back home so she can get ready for the school festival. So, that's the thing. And actually, she's like, hey, we should end up hanging, hey, there's this band, right? That they're playing. Like, let's go together, like just you and me, at 2 o'clock. And Taiki's like, oh, so Chinatsu actually like asked him, I guess you can say asked him out, but going to this concert together at the school festival. So Taiki goes, so basically some time cuts. Taiki gets to the school festival. He's just handling some other stuff and everything in preparation for the play. He runs into a few people. He runs into the one guy that is also head over heels for Chinatsu, and they kind of get in a funny little argument type of thing until they run into Harayu senpai and Karen. Um, Karen is obviously there with Harayu, and that's the thing. They're like, huh, I never expected you two to be together. So that's the thing. Now, they basically make the mind up saying like, hey, we were actually gonna go by Chinatsu's class to go see what she's up to and what she's doing, right? So essentially what happens is they go to her class, and it's basically a maid cafe that they're doing there. and Chinatsu's in a maid outfit and everything, and the one dude in Taiki are just an absolute like, I see an angel. I'm just like, oh my goodness. She looks cute. She looks cute. I'm not gonna deny that, but I'm like, I'm like, come on, man. Y'all, you guys gotta like chill with the thirstiness, right? One of the dudes that she's serving starts hitting on her, but her basketball friend is like, yeah, no. And she kind of instigates in a way of thinking, making it come off like they're dating. So that basically gets the other dude who was high head over heels for Chinatsu to stop, right? So they sit down at a table waiting to be served. Chinatsu actually walks by them, and Karen is like, "Hey, Chinatsu, it's nice to see you. You look very adorable and very cute." And again, Karen knows that Taiki likes her, and Taiki's not saying anything. I think, you know, Shinatsu played it off like she knew he was there, but I don't know. But regardless, the thing is, um, Karen asked for like, "Hey, there's this thing I want to check out at the school festival. Like, you want to come with me at 2?" And essentially, Taiki or not Taiki, Chinatsu, standing right next to Taiki, legitimately says like, I'm sorry, Karen, but I got plans. And basically, Taiki's right there, and he knows, like, oh, she's talking about me. She's like, oh, well, okay. And then she's like, hey, do you guys want to possibly attend? And Taiki just kind of runs out. He's like, I'm busy. I gotta go do something or something, right? Um, and maybe I think he did that because he was afraid to say, like, no, I'm busy too at that time. Because then Karen would have put 2 and 2 together, thinking like, oh, I see what's going on here, right? So that's the thing. But anyways, Taiki's waiting at 2, and the concert's about to start and everything, and he's just been waiting and waiting and waiting, and he's like, it's the time, but she's not here. And he's wondering like if she blew him off and it was just all a joke or something. So he just goes in and he hears it. But then she ends up walking through and she grabs his hand and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that I ended up coming late. I just somebody didn't take over my shift and everything." So they basically go to and enjoy, the concert. The music is playing in the background, obviously, and they're both, liking the song and everything. They're both happy and everything. And then, Taiki just basically asked the question to Chinatsu. He was like, so, like, why did you ask me to come with you to see this? And she's kind of, like, taken aback. And I'm just like, oh, here we go. Is she going to finally confirm it? But earlier in the conversation, it's the fact of, I forgot it was the fact, but like he couldn't hear her, or I think she couldn't hear him and everything. And simply enough, like it kind of played into the whole aspect later on in the scene. So after Taiki says that, she's thinking, and she's like, and then he's like, what? I can't hear you. And then she just basically gets up to his ear and she says something to him. We don't hear what she said, or the subtitles don't appear to what he said, or she said. And Taiki still, for, of course, romance plot convenience, said, wait, what did you say again? And she's just like, oh, don't mind me. Never mind it. It's fine. And everything, right? And he just is like, I actually really want to know what she said or what she told me. So after the concert's over, they have some fun and everything and enjoying. After the concert's over, Taiki they leave, and Taiki still asks her like, "Hey, like, what did you tell me like a few minutes ago? Like, about coming with me over here and everything." And she's like, it's no big deal. You gotta play, you gotta go to. I'm plus I'll see you there, right? And Taiki's like, well, I'm not gonna be in the play. And she's like, well, who cares? I'm still gonna support something that you did. So that's the thing, and she just walks off, right? Now, my 2 cents is she probably more than likely said she went with Taiki because she likes Taiki or she's in love with Taiki. One of the two. She said that, and I'm guessing because of the music, and again, anime romance plot convenience, because this always be happening in any romance series when when a main female character finally musters up the courage to tell the main male character like, hey, I like you, but then the main male character is like, wait, what did you say again? I didn't hear you, because there's stuff in the background, right? And it's like, Jesus, you're just stalling this shit for time, right? I think she must have told him, because she went like right near his ear and whispered it to him. So my best guess is she definitely told him like, hey, I'm like, you should have definitely told him I went with you to this thing because I wanted to spend time with you because I like you. Um, and now she can't muster up the courage to say. Now we don't cut back over to her, and we don't get any reaction to her saying like, I can't believe I told him that. Chinatsu, what are you doing? You know, that type of thing. So we don't know. But anyways, that's where I'm thinking it's got. But the episode basically ends off where Taiki comes across his friend who is portraying to be a fortune teller, and he's like, I can tell your fortunes really accurately. And there's a bunch of girls are like, oh, thank you, you told the truth. And like one of the girls said, I found my long lost brother. I'm just like, wait, what? Either you brought your little brother, to the festival, and you lost track of him, and you've been looking for him all day, or this is something else, like he went missing or something, and he was just, I don't know. But anyways, his friend tells him like, you know, you have a great trial or decision you have to make, something eventful, basically, you know, signifying that he's gonna have to make a decision on who he wants to be with, whether it's Hina or Chinatsu, and that's kind of basically what it says. So he gets back to the area, to the stage in that area where, you know, the class is preparing for the Snow White play, but we find out that the individual who's playing the prince injured and ended up getting injured, so they can't play the role of the prince. And basically everybody's like, well, the prince doesn't say many lines, but we just need somebody to just take the action who knows what to do. And basically they all look at Taiki when they see him walk in, and it's clear Taiki's going to be the prince. He's going to be the prince. He's going to fill in, and him and Hina are going to have that moment. And potentially, I don't know if it's going to lead to a kiss scene between the two, because, you know, I mean, the play says they have to kiss. And Chinatsu is going to be right there, front and center. So who knows how that's going to go. It's going to be interesting. Maybe this is the big decision that Taiki has to make. Is he going to do the play, and then at the moment's notice, is he going to be the person that kisses Hina? Because in a weird way, that would kind of be a way of saying like, oh, hey, you know, I like this girl. Especially in school plays, if schools actually allow like the full-on lip-on-lip kiss, right? You know, who knows? But a solid episode of Blue Box. I'm very intrigued to see where next week goes and things like that. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go for guys. Catch you guys in the next video. Until then, guys, stay safe out there and have a great rest of your day or your night watching this video. Until then, guys, peace.